If you've been watching the global markets lately, you've probably noticed something strange. Gold prices have been hitting record highs. And while everyone is talking about inflation or interest rates, there is a much bigger player behind the scenes moving the needle. That player is China. For over 14 straight months, the People's Bank of China has been on a buying spree that would make a billionaire look like a window shopper. Officially, they have over 2,300 tons of the yellow metal sitting in their vaults. But if you talk to gold experts and analysts, the real number, the hidden gold, could be anywhere from 5,000 to 8,000 tons. In this video, we are going to cover the 3 main reasons why China is obsessed with gold right now, how they are building a sanctions-proof financial shield, how they are using gold to back a brand new digital payment system called mBridge, and why they are betting on gold to protect themselves from a shaky US dollar. This isn't just about collecting shiny bars. It's a high-stakes chess move that is redesigning how money moves around the planet. Let's get started. First, building a sanctions-proof financial shield. To understand why China is buying so much gold, we have to look back at what happened to Russia in 2022. When the conflict in Ukraine started, the US and Europe did something that shocked every central bank in the world. They froze over $300 billion of Russia's foreign reserves. In simple terms, Russia had worked for decades to save up US dollars and euros in Western banks, and with the press of a button, they couldn't touch a single cent of it. Beijing watched this and realized that as long as their savings are held in US treasuries or Western bank accounts, that money is effectively a hostage to American politics. If China and the US have a major disagreement over trade or territory, Washington could theoretically flip a switch and delete China's $3.3 trillion in savings. This is where gold comes in. Gold is the only major financial asset that has zero counterparty risk. This means that if you physically hold a gold bar in Beijing, no one in Washington or London can turn it off, freeze it, or kick it away via a digital bank transfer. Think of it like this. If the US dollar is a credit card, gold is a suitcase full of cash. A credit card company can cancel your card at any time, but no one can stop you from spending physical cash that you already have in your pocket. By shifting their billions out of US debt and into physical gold, China is building a financial fortress. They are making themselves sanctions-proof. In 2026, this is about sovereign immunity, the ability to act in your own national interest without worrying that your bank account will be closed by a rival. It's a brilliant defensive move that ensures China remains the master of its own destiny. Second, the mBridge and the new gold standard. The second reason is even more interesting because it's not just about China protecting itself, it's about China leading the rest of the world. For the last 80 years, the US dollar has been the world's reserve currency. If a company in Thailand wants to buy oil from Saudi Arabia, they usually have to pay in US dollars. This gives the US a massive amount of power over global trade. But China is building a back door to this system, and gold is the key to making it work. China has been leading a project called mBridge. This is a high-tech digital payment platform that allows different countries to trade directly with each other using their own digital currencies, like the digital yuan, without ever touching a US bank or a US dollar. The problem? For a long time, other countries were nervous about using anything other than the dollar because they weren't sure they could trust a new digital currency. This is where the gold hoarding comes in. By holding massive amounts of gold, China is essentially telling the world, you can trust our digital system because it is backed by the largest physical gold hoard on Earth. China is even opening up the Shanghai Gold Exchange to more international players. They are offering to store gold for other countries in the global south, like Cambodia or countries in Central Asia. By acting as the world's gold custodian, China is creating a parallel financial system. If you use mBridge and the digital yuan, you aren't just trusting a computer code. You are trusting the physical reality of thousands of tons of gold sitting in Chinese vaults. By early 2026, this system is already handling nearly 40% of trade flows between certain Asian and Middle Eastern nations. China is effectively building a digital gold standard for the 21st century, making the US dollar less and less necessary for global business. And third, hedging against the shaky US dollar. The final reason China is hoarding gold is a bit more blunt. They are worried about the health of the US economy. As we move through 2026, the US national debt has climbed to astronomical levels, and the cost of just paying the interest on that debt is becoming a huge burden. When a country prints too much money or carries too much debt, its currency usually starts to lose value. China, being one of the largest holders of US debt, sees the writing on the wall. If you have $1 trillion saved in a currency that is slowly losing its buying power, you are losing money every single day. Gold, on the other hand, has been the ultimate store of value for 5,000 years. As the US dollar becomes more volatile and the Western banking system deals with its own internal stresses, gold prices have shattered the $5,000 per ounce barrier. China started buying gold when it was much cheaper, meaning they have already made a massive profit on their investment. But more importantly, they are front-running the rest of the world. China is betting that we are moving toward a multipolar world. This is a world where there isn't just one superpower, the US, and one currency, the dollar, but rather several centers of power. In that kind of world, the most stable and real currency wins. By accumulating gold at a rate 10 times higher than what they officially report, China is preparing for a future where the yuan is seen as the stable alternative. While Western currencies are backed only by government promises and mounting debt, China's rise is being built on a foundation of tangible, physical assets. This gives them the upper hand during a time of global uncertainty. In 2026, the Golden Dragon isn't just a myth. It's the reality of a country that has secured its wealth in the most reliable substance known to man. When you put these 3 points together, sanctions protection, the mBridge trade network, and the hedge against the dollar, you start to see the secret reason isn't actually a secret at all. It's a very public declaration of independence. China is signaling to the world that the era of Western financial dominance is over. They have spent the last decade becoming the world's factory, the last 5 years becoming the world's tech hub, and now they are becoming the world's vault. Whether it's the Belt and Road Initiative, the growth of the Chinese military, or the success of Chinese tech giants, it all rests on financial stability. By hoarding gold, China has made sure that even if the global financial system has a heart attack, their heart will keep beating. They've essentially bought a ticket to the top of the mountain, and they paid for it in solid gold. The West is still trying to figure out how to pay off its old debts, while China is already looking toward a future where they set the price for everything. So what do you think? Do you think China is making a wise move by moving into gold? Tell us what you think by leaving your comments below. If you like what you watched, hit the like button. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos.